So a few weeks ago, I got my first speeding ticket. The worst part is it wasn't even like a badass speed. It's not like I was going 120 in a 50 zone. I was going 50 in a 30 zone. And, it was on a busy boulevard, not a school zone. I was going 50 like a normal person would. And so when the cop pulled out of its hiding place on a side street, I pulled over to make way for it, and it turned out that it was for me instead. Oops. So, I could have spent the whole day, the whole week berating myself over this $150 speeding ticket. I was on my way to Toronto to visit family. I was 5 minutes on the road when I got the ticket. I could have allowed it to ruin the rest of my drive to Toronto. But I realized, and I came to my senses, and I told myself, you know what? After 16 years of being on the road, it's the first time that I get stopped by a cop. No biggie, right? Inevitable, bound to happen sometime in my life. And that day just happened to be the day. So I guess what I wanted to talk about today is the importance of normalizing failure and normalizing our mistakes as a whole part of the human process. I think in our communication with our kids, with ourselves, and with each other, it's so easy to celebrate this, our success, our good grades, our accomplishments. Of course, they are reason for celebration, for sure. But I definitely think that there is an extreme lack of acknowledgement and recognition of the mistakes we make. When we make a mistake, I'm not sure if this happens to you, but, the tendency is for me, to play it over and over in my mind. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. What an idiot I am. How could this happen to me? Why am I so stupid, useless? Sometimes they even keep us up at night, playing these stories over and over in our heads. And the reason is because we don't normalize mistakes and failure. We're ashamed. We feel guilty. We feel bad when we make mistakes. Because that's what we've been conditioned to do. Is basically just applaud success. When mistakes and failure is just as much part of success as the actual, achievement of something. There's probably no successful person who has ever gotten to where they are without screwing up. And if they say, that they achieve success without making any mistakes, then that's a lie. I just think that it's, we need to make this more normal in our day-to-day conversations. We can talk about our mistakes openly. Even get to a point where we can feel proud about, the mistakes that we've made. Why? Because mistakes always present us with an opportunity for growth. They present us with a chance to, step back, take a look at what happened, and what we can do differently next time to be better, to improve. So when we talk to our kids, if you are a parent or a teacher or somebody who works closely with children, I definitely think this is a conversation that needs to take place more often. Let's talk about our mistakes. Let's bring more positive attention to them, because they are all a part of our growth process. And I think in that way, we can then redefine what success actually means, which isn't just the, you know, the final point, right? Success actually entails the entire journey, right? Having the courage and the determination to just go through the steps, go on this journey to reach a goal, all of that should be included in the definition of success, which of course includes the mistakes, includes the screw ups. And I definitely think that by redefining, broadening what success means, I think it's going to allow a lot more of us to find the will to keep going. I know on my path, for so many things that I've sought out to do, I've just given up too easily because it seemed too difficult. And I was too afraid or too ashamed to fail. So I just gave it up and turned to something else. And then gave that up and then turned to something else. And I think I'm not mistaken when I say that this happens to a lot of people. That we tend to give up way too easily because we can't have something overnight, right? That part of instant gratification that society has is trying to sell to us. That success, somehow is achieved overnight, and without looking like an idiot, which is a false truth. So here's to redefining success, celebrating our mistakes and our failures, talking about them more openly, talking especially to our kids about them more openly. So our expectations of what success is more accessible to everybody, because we're only human and humans screw up all the time. So let's normalize failure, normalize mistakes, and include that in our definition of what success is.